LiAngelo, did I say his name right?
Yes.
LiAngelo Ball. He recently signed a Def Jam deal, essentially based off of one song called Tweaker that went viral, charted at like 26 or something.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. But yeah, he has signed it. Yeah, so he signed a deal. He signed a deal with Def Jam and Universal Music Group, and a deal worth as much as $13 million, with $8 million guaranteed. It would also give Ball full ownership of the music and his own record label.
What?
That's a hell of a deal, man. That's a hell of a deal.
You know how many people have worked their entire lives as musicians and won't get anything.
That's a hell of a deal, bro.
Cue the Russell Westbrook what?
What?
I have to see if William has that. That's crazy.
Oh my God.
Do records like this continue to water down the culture, or should we even care as hip hop commentators?
It's too late.
So here's the thing, right? Here's what people are missing.
What are they missing?
It's not about LiAngelo Ball.
Mm-hmm.
He's taking advantage of the opportunities that were presented to him by the culture. So when we see people, we've talked about this multiple times. 1 million followers or 1 million views, YouTube, boom, you get a record label or a contract or whatever, or a deal. Thank you. Essentially, this is the same thing. He's just more known because he used to hoop and because of his family, but the concept is still the same. The conversation is not hating on him for taking advantage of the culture being so open. That's not what it is. The conversation is about the culture being so accepting of what's actually going on. To me, that's the conversation, because now it feels like rap is just the fail safe. Is like, okay, so I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this, so I'm just gonna rap and I'll just be a rapper. Like that dilutes the content, the product as it relates to hip hop culture. So I'm not mad at him for taking advantage of a culture that will accept him for doing that.
There's levels to it though.
There's levels to it.
So this particular situation, in my personal opinion, is a nepotism type situation.
Okay.
And the reason why I say it's a nepotism type situation, because I mean, we all know who the Ball family is.
Right.
We know who the father is and his plans for his kids, and my kids are all going to be successful, blah, blah, blah.
He said it.
You have you got one brother playing for Charlotte. You got another brother playing for the Bulls. He didn't make it. They were actually trying to convince him to go overseas and play. And he found a niche. He put out a song that sounds like it's vintage 2006.
I was going to say about 6 to 8.
Yeah, somewhere
like
in there.
Louisiana.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely. Yeah. But the only reason that this song is popping right now is because of the success of his family. If this was one of us that put this song out,
they would laugh at us.
Yeah, they would either laugh or it would catch some local steam.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be on a national stage.
This wouldn't catch
He's
local
in a
steam.
situation to where he can put something out and it's on a national stage. When it comes to these record labels signing people, we already know what it is.
Yeah.
Once you've created something now, now we got the money for you, we'll put something behind you.
Yeah.
So even if this is the only song that's successful, he's already on
like is it some music festival?
One of the music festivals.
Rolling Loud?
Yeah, Rolling Loud.
I saw him on the flyer. Yeah, he's
so
on
he's
there.
on Rolling Loud. Yeah. So he gets to perform at Rolling Loud. Right now, this is the only song that he has. But
he has a couple other ones.
He got a couple joints.
I'm sure he does, but they're gonna be able to recoup their money off of just this situation. He might be done before the end of the year and never do anything else. But it's a situation where nepotism fell in his favor because of who the family is.
And you know what? LeVar Ball has
Born to Ball music group.
Jesus Christ.
But LeVar, I'm sorry. To LeVar Ball's credit, man.
No, I don't give him no credit for this.
I'm gonna tell you why you give him credit.
Okay.
He spoke this into existence from a standpoint of him.
Did he manifest this?
He manifested his son being a struggle rapper?
Not the rapper. Don't do that. What I'm saying is what Terry's talking about. From a nepotism standpoint, him being who he was to just make everybody think his sons were that is the majority of the reason why we're here now talking about this.
Come on, man.
LeVar Ball is the one that put that in place. You got to get a man his props for what he did.
He was the son that didn't make it.
Yeah, and he still made it.
And now he got a guaranteed $8 million off.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what? Sometimes God does take care of babies and fools.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's not like to LeVar Ball, you got to get that man his props because he set the stage for his kids. And then hip hop is just in the position where it is, if you're popular, we're going to pay you.
But
it's just simple as that.
I'm going to take some credence off of it just being hip hop.
Rap music.
Rap music?
Yeah, let's not call this hip hop.
Let's lean on this is a popular song.
Okay.
Based off of, and we bring this up often, social media and how social media works. That's the reason why this song is so popular right now.
And also all the sports teams that are playing this in the locker room.
Good
point.
Like
Good point.
It's a combination of having that connection to that and the reflection of it.
The thing is, and of course, I hate to be the one that just goes ahead and shits in the punch bowl, but all right, he's going to get $8 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
All right. So once again, that puts you in the top tax brackets. Let's chop that down to 4. We're going to figure these companies going to figure out.
Oh, you count his pockets now?
Sure.
I don't have to count
out of your book.
I don't have to count his
Don't do
pockets. They publish the numbers.
Yep.
Okay. And you got to look at it like this. Say this is the peak of what he does. This is going to be the last $4 million he sees. Now, don't get me wrong. If somebody said to me from music, I mean, maybe he'll be able to do some shows and it'll be funny, but like, you just got to look at it like this. It's like, okay, yes, we paid you $4 million to go out and make a spectacle of yourself, at Rolling Loud. We're not really interested in your talent. We're interested in your metrics.
But doesn't that speak more to what I'm talking about when I say the landscape?
Yeah, I mean, once again, I said what I said. I said this when I spoke at the G Note address a couple years ago at Treese. I said these companies are not excited or wanting to invest in somebody's talent. If it was about that, then Def Jam, the company that signed Redman, Public Enemy, you know what I'm saying, EPMD, LL Cool J, if it was about talent, would not look this kid's way. But it is about metrics. Yeah. Okay, social media. What can we get clicks on? What is it that we can generate interest through people who don't even really care about the actual artistic expression? Like, this is being talked about probably on Fox Sports. It's probably being talked about on First Take. You know what I'm saying? So now you get this free publicity that you would never get if it was just somebody who could spit. So, I mean, I get it. And so honestly, if you can get those kind of looks and have somebody talk about Def Jam, why would we talk about Def Jam in any other way? Because what is Def Jam even in 2025?
What they do is just sign the clips as well.
Okay. All right. Well, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about this dude who had played 1 year at UCLA, stole some glasses in China, and
you didn't have to say that.
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah. And then couldn't stick on a roster anywhere in the NBA. And so now he's got a rap song, and so we're going to get that much mileage out of you. That $4 million is nothing. Once again, $8 million, $13 million. Nobody ever see his record deal is just like a deal in the NFL. Whatever's published, you don't ever see that money. So honestly, so what they wind up chopping it down to through artists, managers, taxes, and all that, it's worth it to them to go ahead and make it. And then we can look back and during the wrap up, we'll be like, yo, remember in January we were talking about LiAngelo Ball,
but
and
it still works. It still works for the family brand at the end of the day. So even if this doesn't work, him musically, collectively it works as the family brand, because after the two brothers are retired from the NBA or whatever they do, I mean, even right now they can employ him. Yeah. Even if this doesn't work out. Hey, but at the end of the day, the family succeeds off of this. I mean, I'm happy for this situation.
And the thing is, I'm breaking down his $4 million. Somebody give me $4 million right now. I never have to work again.
There we go.
So to the point, what I wanted to interject real quick is what you were talking about, Jay, is this song had 188,000 streams. Mm-hmm. But he went on. Are you guys familiar with the influencer who goes by Neon? He's this dude with glasses. He was a kick guy for a while.
I can't say I know him.
Aiden Ross style influencer. Okay. Yeah. He went on his stream and he got an 871% spike over the next 3 days.
Smart.
That is what spiraled this song into being something that was bigger than it was. And to your point, it was to a fan base who doesn't really care about any type of the integrity.
Who doesn't care about the clips being signed to Def Jam.
They don't care about how good this song is. It's just a popular guy making a song that is kind of a little bop to me. That's all that it is.
All of this, especially along what you just said, Jay Moore, Terry, what we've all said, goes back full circle as to where we are as it relates to the culture and what is allowed. This is just it on steroids, because sometimes we see artists, it'll take a little while for them to build up TikTok, Instagram, and whatever to get to this point. This blew up overnight because, one, to Terry's point, the nepotism part, they had the platform, but to Lone's point about the stream, where it was featured on that, it cut out about 4 or 5 of the steps that the normal person would have to take, and boom, we talking about $13 million on the table that fast?
Yeah.
For somebody that has never rapped at all. That's the conversation.
No, he's been rapping. He got, if you look him up as far as songwriter or whatever, he's got multiple joints out.
Okay, so
this is the first one.
So rapping and being good. He hasn't been rapping and actually doing good stuff.
The only difference here is that he went on a big streamer stream, teased a song,
right,
and then that spiraled it. It's just like, you know, live streams, you know, the Kaisenet, Aiden Ross.
It's the nature of the beast
It's
right
just
now.
like reality TV in a sense.
And
That's all it is.
these people are so powerful as influencers. This is the prime example of how powerful they are.
Yep.
It can literally change you overnight.
Yep.
Absolutely.
It ain't like, to Terry's point, it ain't like he needed pub. He already had the pub based off his daddy and the brand. So we just fall into a position where we can get with the streamer and we just turn it up 800 whatever percent. It's a rap.
The same exact type situation happened years ago from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Mm-hmm. So there was a character on there that made a song called "Don't Be Tardy to the Party," which was trash.
Yep.
But it was charting and making a lot of noise.
Yep.
Because of that TV situation.
Facts.
This one is just it on steroids because now we have social media and TikTok and things of that nature and streamers that can add to this situation, and not to mention again his family. So,
and he's not wrong for taking advantage of this.
Not at all.
No,
do your thing, brother.
You know what?
That's the part that gets lost in the conversation.
If anybody says, "Oh, I wouldn't do that," you
lying.
You're a damn liar. He's a damn liar.
Like, I'm trying to, like, I said something that showed my suburban roots while I was like, shit in the punch bowl. Like,
I just wish there were more people that in general would not jump on the horse of because he's a popular figure and be like, oh yeah, this is
there are other steps to it.
This is it. You know what I mean? Like, I have no problem with the person doing it, but I wish there were more. I wish there were more people saying, "Well, this song actually isn't really that good."
And
I've seen some people. I have seen some people be like, "Nah, this ain't it." A couple of popular streamers and
it sound like
a couple of NBA stars that have their own pod. Yeah,
the mug sound like
this is. I'm cool.
It sounded like it came out in 2004.
My thing is to Terry's point and to your point as well about those that will speak up. It'll never be enough.
Nah.
The number of people that will actually have enough honesty to be like, nah, this sound like a updated No Limit joint from like 614. Nobody's gonna say that.
That sounds more sounds more like a Cash Money record, maybe. Like
I said the wrong record label. You're right. Cash Money. I misspoke. So it sounds like Cash Money 14, 15ish. But if enough people get behind it, it doesn't matter what it sounds like. That's the whole point. It doesn't matter what it sounds like. If you can get the wave behind it, you'll fall into 13 million.
And I'm not trying to be a hater, but I'm perfectly fine because I heard the record.
Yeah, get your money.
It's whatever it is.
It's the system. The conversation is a system. It's not him. It's the system.
Yeah.
You don't have to like everything that comes out just because it's popular either.
For sure.
True.
I think that's the biggest problem right now when we talk about what works. Is because there are people who are, I don't want to say they're afraid, but they just don't want to be the person to be like, man, this is trash.
Everybody just,
or like,
nobody wants to be that person.
No, everybody does, nobody wants to say.
To Terry's point.
Yeah.
There's way too many people that are tastemakers that have no taste. Let's just put that out there. Like this is an epidemic right now.
Yeah.
Like Aiden Ross is not a tastemaker.
No.
Like Neon is not a tastemaker.
Academics is not a tastemaker.
No, not at all.
He dick rides numbers like it's nobody's business.
We don't even talk about it.
And people.
Well, I mean,
and people, lots. He has one person in particular that he dick rides a lot, but that's
we're in a situation now as a society that it's a collective group of people and whatever you want to call them that decides what's hot.
Yep.
And people like us really don't have a say so in that. We're talking about LiAngelo Ball having a record deal with Def Jam, and Redman just dropped an album.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
Yeah.
So, and we're talking about Def Jam ties. Redman was one of the flag holders for Def Jam.
At one point, he was holding Def Jam down.
You know what I'm saying?
He was the only one with those. He was the only one with gold records in that building.
And his project was solid.
It just was too long. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, neither here nor there. You're right.
We're just in a day and time where the way that people consume things is based on what somebody else thinks.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this on a local level, even when we have certain type of events or certain type of artists here, that this isn't going to generate noise because the masses don't like it like that.
Right.
They might come on later.
Yeah.
But this is a situation that it's essentially a pop song because hip hop is turned into pop, or rap music is turned into pop, whatnot. And it took social media by storm. It was on the stream, like you said, and I mean, here we are.
You know what? I saw an interview with Punch, and it was on Instagram. I was just scrolling. I cannot remember the site that he was being interviewed by, but he was steadfast on saying it's still about quality over quantity.
It's not, though.
And here's what I'm saying, Terry. I think when you're in the position to be around so many talented people that are established, it's easier to say it's about quality over quantity.
Yeah.
When you're on the other side of it, I don't think that rings true now. No. I don't. I think it's the total opposite. If you're on the bottom side coming up, that does not ring true.
No, especially when you talk about numbers. If we want to talk about numbers and we want to talk about the people that consume things, the people that care about quality are the lowest common denominator.
100%.
So it comes down to quality isn't necessarily the thing that people focus on. This is a catchy tune.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it was mixed badly or anything like that, but it's dated.
Yeah.
And I always give
Jay, straight.
Yeah.
And I always give Jay more peace for this because he was one of a couple people that convinced me, and he said it on a show a long time ago we were doing it. One of the times when you were sitting there, he said, "Man, stop complaining about what you don't like and go find the stuff that you do and promote that."
Yeah.
That was one of those that right there, that conversation helped me turn into, just stop arguing about all the stuff that's trash or whatever. I mean, we're talking about this.
You didn't stop though, but
I did because I was worse.
No.
I was worse.
Yeah.
I was way
Well, I mean,
worse.
it's just like I didn't put out, and I know there, shout out to Anthony Fantano who put out this records he thought were trash this year. But sometimes I find a little time to put out a list at the end of the year.
I think we all did.
Yeah, a couple. Yeah. And I was like, sometimes I do albums. This year, I think I did like just 20 songs that I liked, not songs that I thought were the best, just songs I liked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I put that out to the world. You know what I'm saying? So, maybe LiAngelo is going to surprise me. And he might make my list this year.
And that's why the hate's not dedicated towards him.
No.
It's just about this particular song not being it and the hype around it.
That's all. That's it. That's all, bro. Thank you for saying that.
Because he can drop a record tomorrow and it could be great, and I'd be like, "Oh, that's dope."
Yeah.
It's not about.
He's got another song that I heard, and I was like, "This ain't bad.
Yeah.
This works."
Was it LiAngelo or Alonzo?
It was LiAngelo.
Okay.
Or whichever one.
They both rap.
Yeah, whichever one
Be careful
is not
now.
in the NBA.
That's
The one, that's the one we talking about
Well,
now.
Alonzo wasn't.
Yeah,
in the NBA for a while.
LiAngelo. Well, that's because he was injured.
He was
though.
hurt.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
I mean,
Yeah, LiAngelo, LaMelo, and
Their little brother cold though. He cold.
He plays like the. Let me stop.
He cold. He
I'm
cold.
not
though.
gonna say how he
Little
plays.
brother cold.
I don't need to do that. I don't need to do
Yeah.
that.
Hey man, get your money, man.
Yeah.
That's all I can tell you. Get your money.
you know his father cheesing like a mug.
Oh my
good.
god.
Hey, good for him.
Hey man, you know what? Their family
Not
is.
mad at
is-
that.
is-
Yeah, I'm not either.
They
honestly.
have good Christmases.
You ain't lying.
They've had
you know,
good Christmases for a
for
while.
a minute. So they doing all right.
I'll just leave it with nobody in a position of power cares more for the art than the bottom line.
Man.